Okay, students, we are discussing the properties of alkyl halides. In the previous class, we discussed nucleophilic substitution reactions which takes place in two ways. That is SN1 and SN2 reaction mechanisms. Now, we will discuss other properties of alkyl halides. Elimination reactions. Elimination reactions. Elimination reactions. In first year, while discussing the preparation of alkenes, we discussed the elimination reactions. These are of three types: dehydrohalogenation, dehydration, dehalogenation. Here, in alkyl halides, dehydrohalogenation and dehalogenation takes place. If we take aqueous KOH, nucleophilic substitution takes place. Instead of aqueous KOH, if we use alcoholic KOH, then dehydrohalogenation takes place. That means one hydrogen and one halogen atoms are removed from the adjacent carbon atoms forming alkenes. Okay, so here if we take CH3, CH2Cl or CH2X, okay, in presence of ALC, alcoholic KOH, then CX bond and the beta CH bond are broken, and so CH2, so if these two bonds are broken, then a double bond is formed between the two carbon atoms plus HX, okay. Similarly, if there are two possibilities for the breakage of CH bond, that means if there are two adjacent carbons at beta positions, then which hydrogen is removed as HX? For example, CH3, CH2, 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 CHCl, CH3, then if it is treated with alcoholic KOH, then there are two possibilities to remove HCl, H of first carbon and Cl, HCl. So then double bond will be formed here. Okay, so if H and Cl, these two are removed as HCl, then double bond is formed at this place. So which one is correct or which one takes place? So if there are two possibilities, an alkene with more number of alkyl groups either side is favored. Okay, so that means CH3, CH2, CH double bond CH, CH3 is formed. Okay, so here two alkyl groups are present either the side of a double bond. If this one is removed, then which one we get? That is CH3, CH2, 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 CH double bond CH2. Okay, so here either side of a double bond, if we take so propyl group is present and here hydrogens are present. So here if we take the first compound, one methyl group and one ethyl group are present either side of the double bond. Okay, so the beta elimination takes place in such a way that more alkyl groups are present on either side of the double bond. So this is another important one. Okay. Next, this is about elimination reaction. Next, reaction with metals. Reaction with metals. In some organic compounds, metal carbon bonds are formed. Such organometallic halides are called Grignard's reagents. So, if alkyl halides are treated with magnesium in presence of dry ether, then alkyl magnesium halides are formed. Okay. Here, C in alkyl group is bonded with magnesium through covalent bond. Such compounds are called Grignard's reagents. Okay. So we have gone through these Grignard's reagents in first year in the preparation of alkenes. That is, if this RMgX is RMgX is hydrolyzed, that means when it reacts with water, RH is formed, which is an alkane. Plus MgXOH, magnesium hydroxy halide. Okay. So in this way, when alkyl halides react with magnesium in dry ether, Grignard's reagents are formed, which are useful for the preparation of different types of alkanes. For example, if we want to prepare methane, methyl chloride or methyl bromide or methyl iodide is treated with magnesium. Then we will get methyl magnesium chloride or methyl magnesium bromide or methyl magnesium iodide. When this methyl magnesium halide is hydrolyzed, then what happens? Methyl group and hydrogen, that is methane, is formed. If we want to prepare ethane, we have to take a ethyl group in alkyl halide. Okay, so this is a reaction with magnesium. And there is another reaction which we have already gone through, that is Wood's reaction. So what is Wood's reaction? When 2 moles of alkyl halide react with 2 gram atoms of sodium in dry ether, then higher alkanes are formed. Or the alkane with double the number of carbons present in the alkyl group are formed. For example, RX when treated with sodium in dry ether, then 2 moles of alkyl halides react with 2 moles of sodium to give RR plus NaX, 2NaX. This is alkane. If we take 2 moles of CH3Cl and 2 gram atoms of sodium in dry ether, then CH3CH3, ethane is formed plus 2NaCl. Of course, we have already taught in first year, in Wood's reaction, we cannot prepare methane because at least 1 carbon is present in alkyl group. So at least the alkane with 2 carbons can be prepared. Okay. So the alkane having 1 carbon, that is methane, cannot be prepared in this process. Similarly, we cannot prepare alkane of odd number of carbon atoms also in this process. Okay. If we take mixture of methyl chloride and ethyl chloride, then mixture of 3 compounds are formed, that is ethane, butane and propane. From this mixture, okay, propane cannot be separated. So in this way, in Wood's reaction, we cannot prepare a hydrocarbon or alkane having odd number of carbon atoms. So this is about the reactions of alkyl halides. Next, if we take reactions of aryl halides, reactions of aryl halides. So if we take a nucleophilic substitution, an important thing is aryl halides are less reactive when compared to alkyl halides towards a nucleophilic substitution. So we can take reasons in this way. Why aryl halides are less reactive when compared to alkyl halides towards nucleophilic substitution. If we take a C6H5 Cl, okay, C6H5Cl. Here, if one electron pair comes like this, then we get resonance structures as Cl plus double bond, and when this electron pair comes this side, this pi electron pair shifts towards this carbon. Okay, so we'll get a negative charge. If this negative charge comes this, then pi bond shifts like this. So we will get another resonance structure like this. So double bond Cl plus, okay, so double bond minus double bond. If this comes like this, this again goes pi bond like this. So we'll get another resonance structure, double bond Cl plus minus. Okay, so if it is shifted like this, then and we will get another resonance structure. Okay, see these are the resonance structures possible when delocalization of transfer of electron pair present on chlorine takes place. Okay, so in all these resonance structures, if chlorine has double bond, it is impossible to break the double bond. Okay, more energy is required to break double bond. So nucleophile OH minus, say OH minus, if it has to come in place of Cl, this double bond should be broken. It is very difficult. So first one is, it is very difficult. It is very difficult to break C double bond Cl. And another thing is in aryl halides, the carbon which is bonded with the halogen is sp2 hybrid state, whereas in alkyl halides it is in sp3 hybrid state. Okay, so as sp2 hybrid carbon, is more electronegative when compared with sp3 hybrid carbon. When compared to sp3 hybrid carbon, okay, so it attracts the electron pair. When it attracts the electron pair on halogen atom, then it is difficult to replace a halogen. Okay, it is difficult. It is difficult to replace a halogen. To replace a halogen. Next, say is in SN2 mechanism. If halogen is if halogen is removed, then phenyl cation is formed. This phenyl cation, if X is removed, then phenyl cation is formed. Phenyl cation, if X minus goes, then phenyl cation is formed. Phenyl cation is formed, which is not stabilized through resonance structures. Which is not stabilized through resonance structures. Resonance structures. So resonance structures cannot stabilize the phenyl cation. And one more thing is phenyl ring is electron rich. Phenyl ring is electron rich because of delocalization of 6 pi electrons. So as electron rich, it cannot accept nucleophile having negative charge. So it is in electron rich, due to delocalized 6 pi electrons. In this way, nucleophile cannot reach the aryl ring or phenyl ring. So these are the 4 reasons due to which aryl halides are less reactive when compared to the alkyl halides towards nucleophilic substitution. This is also an important in IIT or NEET point of view. Okay, if we take some nucleophilic substitutions in aromatic compounds, to substitute OH minus in place of X, the required conditions are C6H5Cl. C6H5Cl. So when it is treated with aqueous NaOH at 663 K, 300 atmospheres pressure in presence of an acid. So here C6H5OH plus NaCl are formed. If we take Cl NO2, in presence of same NaOH and in presence of same H plus, here less temperature is required to prepare this one. Around 443 K is required. So here we get C6H4OH NO2. That means if NO2 is present at ortho position, the substitution of chlorine by nucleophile OH minus is rather easy when compared to the alkyl halide, aryl halide with having no NO2 group. Because here more temperature is required, here less temperature is required. If we take another NO2, at a para position, then another less temperature, more less temperature is required to substitute Cl with OH minus. So OH NO2 NO2. OH NO2 NO2. More here further decrease. Less temperature is further decreased. Next, if we take 3 NO2 groups at 2 ortho positions and 1 at a para position, then just warm, okay, to get OH, NO2 and NO2. So here Cl is easily replaced by OH group. Just warming is sufficient. Okay, that means NO2 is electron withdrawing group. As a number of electron withdrawing groups at ortho and para positions increases, the reactivity of aryl halide increases. This is more important, okay, in IIT point of view. So here we conclude that as the number of electron withdrawing groups on aryl halide increases, reactivity of aryl halide increases. Okay, so this is also more important thing. Okay, next one. So we discussed nucleophilic substitution. If we take electrophilic substitution, the electrophile reaches either ortho position or para position. Of course, para compound is more stable when compared to ortho compound. Why? The electrophile reaches ortho under para positions. Okay, say take C6 H5X. C6H5X. If one electron pair shifts like this, then pi electron pair comes like this. So we'll get X